I'm at the scene of the newly named Glengarry Heritage Day, formerly the Celtic Heritage Day, with Marianne Kampouris. Hi, Marianne.
Hello, John.
And we're here to just to see how things are going. It's basically the second annual event, and we have a good little crowd of, I'd say, between 50 and 75 people sitting under canopies and enjoying the Gaelic singers right now. So tell us a little bit, Marianne, about the history of this event and what's going on here.
The Glengarry Place for the Arts is an organization that is interested in promoting Celtic arts in the area. And we provide teaching facilities and we run events that promote the Celtic arts. We also raise funds and then we use them to promote small groups who need a little bit of assistance. Okay. What we discovered over time was that the day after the games, people would roll into town looking for the games and we'd have to say, sorry, it's gone. The Chamber of Commerce had that issue and tried to run certain events. And we've always been racking our brains for something to do. In fact, we came up with this, a Heritage Day, where it is not an extension of the games. It is something totally different.
Right.
Last year, we actually did a day in the life of a pioneer.
Mm-hmm.
This year, we decided to go more into heritage at large, not just Gaelic, not just Scottish, but also the fiddling. We had the Irish dancers,
yes,
and also some vignettes, which were put together by Leslie Check-Landor. A little bit of history about, for instance, why is the thistle so important to the Scots? We also have some students who came out to do this. Part of what we want to do is encourage students to be interested in their heritage.
It was an interesting format. Essentially, you had a narrator sort of telling a story, and in the background, or a little bit off in the distance, there's painted backgrounds, and students were acting out, without saying anything, sort of miming or acting out what the narrator was saying, basically. Is that a traditional form of theatre?
Certainly, and especially when you're dealing with students and with short time frames, it works very well.
Yes, yes.
It also allowed them to concentrate on what was really a lot of fun for them, which was the costumes.
The costumes.
So they get to get interested in the history. So yes, it's a teaching tool.
I noticed that costumes also come up in other parts of the presentation here. You've had people demonstrating different period dress.
That's right. We had the ladies of the Board of Directors of the Glengarry Place for the Arts show us their costumes. We're going to be hosting a medieval feast on the 20th of October in Maxville. And we will be doing a full traditional medieval feast with traditional food and traditional costumes. So we thought we would lead the charge.
Yes.
And these women have been spending days making these very elaborate 2-3-piece gowns with extra sleeves. And so they described a little bit to us what was in them and how they were doing them. Some of us haven't started yet.
Okay, well, that gives us a really good overview of the kinds of events that Glengarry Place for the Arts supports and sponsors or just leads the way in. And I guess this event here, the Glengarry Heritage Day, is a really fine example of the kind of initiatives that are going on in our community that help people to understand better their roots and where they came from and where we're going.
And we're very grateful for the people that come out, and we've enjoyed our day. Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you, Marianne.
Oh, rolling down Boyack, rolling down Boyack, oh, holler, look, Boyack, a fossy.